He was the most elegant footballer to ever walk the earth. Not the fastest, not the strongest, not the loudest. But when Zinedine Zidane touched a football, the game became art. Every touch was a brushstroke, every pass was poetry, every goal was a masterpiece. And then, in his final match, he used his head not to score, but to destroy. This is the story of Zizou, the man who walked between genius and madness and somehow ruled both. Zidane was born in Marseille in 1972 to Algerian immigrant parents. He grew up in La Castellane, a tough housing estate where survival mattered more than sport. Football was not a career path there, it was an escape. Young Zidane was quiet, shy, and not particularly fast, but he had something nobody could teach: balance, vision, the ability to slow down time while everyone else panicked. Cannes spotted him at 14, then Bordeaux, then Juventus. By the mid-90s, Zidane was the most sought-after midfielder in Europe. He moved to Juventus and became the engine of a terrifying team alongside Didier Deschamps and Alessandro Del Piero. He won Serie A titles. He reached Champions League finals. He was no longer just a talent, he was a force. Then came 1998, the World Cup, hosted by France. An entire nation demanded glory on home soil. Zidane started the tournament slowly, then got a red card for stamping on an opponent and missed 2 matches. Critics called him a liability, but in the final against Brazil, he answered everyone. 2 headers from corners, 2 goals. The shy boy from La Castellane had just won France its first ever World Cup. Overnight, he became a national hero. His face was projected onto the Arc de Triomphe. The whole country chanted his name. He was immortal. 2 years later, he led France to win Euro 2000, becoming world and European champions simultaneously. Then came the Galacticos era. Real Madrid paid a world record fee to bring him to Spain, the white shirt, the number 5. Zidane alongside Figo, Ronaldo, Beckham, and Roberto Carlos, the most glamorous team ever assembled. But for all the stars, Zidane was the sun. And then came the greatest club goal in history, the 2002 Champions League final at Hampden Park against Bayer Leverkusen. The ball dropped from the sky. Zidane watched it fall over his left shoulder. He did not wait. He did not trap it. He swung his left foot and struck a volley that flew like an arrow into the top corner. Time froze. The stadium erupted. Real Madrid won the 9th European Cup. That goal was not just a goal, it was a statement. Perfection exists, and it wears the number 5. Zidane retired from international football in 2004, exhausted and jaded. But the story was not over. Ahead of the 2006 World Cup, France was struggling. The nation begged him to return. He came back and dragged an aging French team past Spain, past Brazil, past Portugal, all the way to the final in Berlin. The stage was set. Zidane versus Italy, his final match ever. He had already announced he would retire after the tournament. 7 minutes in, he scored a Panenka penalty that kissed the crossbar and bounced over the line. Audacity, genius. He became one of only 4 players to score in 2 World Cup finals. Then, in extra time, everything changed. Italian defender Marco Materazzi said something to him, words we still debate today. Zidane jogged away, paused, turned back, and drove his bald head straight into Materazzi's chest. The red card came instantly. Zidane walked off the pitch alone, head down. He passed the World Cup trophy without looking at it. His final act as a footballer was not glory, it was rage. France lost on penalties without him. The world watched in shock. Some called it madness, others called it human. But Zidane's story did not end in shame. Years later, he returned to Real Madrid as a manager. Everyone doubted him. He proved them all wrong. He won 3 consecutive Champions League titles, a feat nobody had achieved in the modern era. The man who was once exiled in disgrace became the most successful coach on the planet. He rebuilt his legacy with the same quiet intensity that defined his playing days. Zinedine Zidane is proof that legends are not perfect. They are not saints. They are humans who carry both light and shadow inside them. The volley and the headbutt, the genius and the madness, the artist and the warrior. One man contained all of it. If this story reminded you why Zidane will always be unforgettable, Hit that like button and subscribe for more untold football legends. Share this video with someone who still debates the headbutt to this day. Drop a comment and tell us who to cover next. Thierry Henry, Kaká, or maybe a modern icon like Kevin De Bruyne. We read every comment. Thanks for watching.